Friday nights.
Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag. Act like you know how this goes.
Your hosts for the evening: Molly Dorst, Jim Beard, and Lefty the Video Jedi.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Friday Night Live. I am your host tonight. It's just me, so you're going to have to put up with me. I'm Molly from Visibility Hacking Studios. Tonight, Jim and Lefty, well, Jim's on the road, and Lefty's stuck in prison. You're going to have to stick around, not this episode, but when Lefty gets back, we're definitely going to want some insider information onto what Lefty is up to right now. But let me give you a bit of an update. Let me know what's been going on in your world this week. What have you been working on? What is pumping you up? Well, this week, Lefty and I got together and did an awesome video shoot. Just kind of a day of creativity. We had some ideas written down. We had a couple of locations in mind, but it was a beautiful day out. So I got all dressed up and we went out and had a great time. We filmed locally. We filmed in my backyard for a bit. We went out and had quite an adventure. There was drones involved. I almost got my head cut off by a drone. We were running through weeds. We were chasing each other. It was a whole bunch of hilarity and a whole bunch of fun. So thank you to Lefty, and I can't wait till you guys see that stuff. And then also, I have been very busy working behind the scenes on the new Visibility Hacker Radio. Yes. Podcast is coming back. It's coming back in a brand new format. We made the decision to sever it from the Lifelong podcast just to have some breathing room, to give us space to start something fresh. So there's going to be a whole bunch of episodes coming out. That's my secret. I am announcing it here first and foremost, so you guys are the first to know about it. So yeah, there's going to be new episodes of the podcast coming out. You're going to have a whole dump through June. There's going to be so much happening. Also, it's June, so happy Pride Month, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic month. I hope you celebrate, have a wonderful time. And those of you who find it very difficult this month, I hope you have a difficult month digesting that. I hope it makes you feel awkward, because pride is freedom, and freedom for all. So that's my political statement for today. I actually have a lesson to talk about today. It came out of a conversation that Lefty and I had, actually, and it's about working for free. I've realized that there are so many coaches and service providers who are stressing themselves out because they're working for free. So if that sounds like you in any way, shape, or form, definitely let me know in the chat, whether you're live or on the replay. Let me know, because I know I have definitely found myself in that hamster wheel, chasing my tail, constantly providing these great outlines for potential clients to get all prepared for these sales calls, do all this background information, and then the sales call just doesn't fall through, or the client isn't really ready when they get to you, or worse off, when you have a client who's working with you and you realize during the onboarding session that they're not even close to prepared. I know I've had that before. I had a client who was a high ticket client. They paid me upfront, and then we realized half of the information that I needed in order to deliver a successful product to them, they didn't even have. They weren't familiar with who their customer market was. They are not acceptable. They didn't remember who they didn't know who they were supposed to be engaging with. They didn't understand their messaging. They didn't have any of that clear. So that was a little bit difficult to watch my client go through. So instead, I created a solution to that, and I'll tell you a bit more about it in a second. But let me know if you have ever felt that in the past, where clients just not ready, and all of that work to get them ready to become the perfect client, to really get those best results from you. Well, you got to put all that information somewhere. So let me tell you about what happened this weekend. I was hanging out with Lefty, as I told you, right? So Lefty and I, oh, this one's not switching. Hold on. We're professionals here. We are professionals. Let me find where this is. Hold on. It's showing up on my side, but it's not showing up on your side. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, I was talking to Lefty. I have a story to tell you guys. So I was talking to Lefty, and he said, I keep getting all of these leads, and they keep telling me that they're interested. So he goes and he does all of this work, and he gets prepared for those sales calls, and then they just ghost him. They just leave him in the lurch. And so he's got all of this prepared work and whatnot, but it's just left there. Sometimes he even has people who might take that first step. They might pay that deposit, and then they ghost him as well. And this isn't a thing that's unique to Lefty. That's the thing, because I've had it too. And I was talking to other entrepreneurs who are they deliver services, they're coaches, they deliver products even. And there gets to a point at which there's crickets, and the crickets are because we are not truly aligned. But I will tell you more about that. I got to tell you about this story with Lefty. So I said, clearly, Lefty, you have a problem on your hands. He said, well, yeah, you bet, but what do you think I should do about it? I said, simple. Stop working for free. He looks at me puzzled. I say, stop working for free, thinking that he didn't hear me the first time. He looks at me even more puzzled. His head tilts to the side, kind of the way that a dog would, in thinking that maybe if you change your perspective this way, the answer will come. And so I just looked at him straight in the eyes and I said, Lefty, what part of that don't you understand? Just stop working for free. And then I told Lefty this crazy secret that seems so simple, but why aren't we doing it? And he put it into play. He sends me this text message, and he's like, you're a genius. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, I did what you said, and it worked. Closed a huge deal, not just the first step, but all the way to his high ticket offer. I did it too. That's why I tell people about it. One of the first times I did, it was incredible. I was originally struggling to have some kind of regular month income. I went from like hoping I could book something, some kind of small deal. Maybe I could put a special up. Maybe I could put a discount up. Maybe I'll do something to get someone to buy something. It's like the idea of my colleagues and my peers making like 5K months. That was a crazy idea to me. Like that possibility at what I was bringing in didn't seem possible. That seemed like a wild idea. But then I started doing this. I stopped working for free. And instead, I started to not only have regular income, but I set out my entire 12 months in advance. I knew when I had more time to pick up more clients, and I knew when I had time that I could scale back. I knew that I could fluctuate my work level for the 12 months so that I could build my work life around my life. And when I did that, everything changed. I stopped struggling, and instead, I had my work life planned for me. Don't just take it from us. I know Lefty's a visibility hacker. I'm a visibility hacker. Marla is a visibility hacker too. She's also a wellness coach. And she was launching a brand new product, a brand new service that she was putting out to a new market and everything, and she was nervous. She really wanted to step herself up. How was she going to start reaching a bigger, wider audience, an audience at a higher tier than where she was used to working? How was she going to step herself up in the way of keeping herself as professional as possible? How does she create a service that gives the best outcomes possible because she controls all of the aspects of it? It's because she puts this process into play. And she closed $100,000 deal. Like that. Brand new market, reaching to a new market that's higher than where she currently is. Amazing. And for her, it was not only effortless to close that deal, it was a logical decision. It was a logical and emotional decision from that customer to move forward in that way with her. And it was effortless. It wasn't the kind of sales calls where you get the slimy, sweaty, clammy palms because you're so nervous and you just hope that they don't show up. But then you're like, you have the second side of the pancake where you're really nervous because you need to close that deal. And there's all the pressure from the other deals that weren't closing. And even though those ones don't matter to this call, you still have that running through your head and the overthinking. If you're an overthinker, I'm an overthinker sometimes. Let me know in the comments. But Marla used the system, and what she did was she went and delivered it to her team to execute on it. She came up with the first step. She had those discovery calls. She used her brilliance to create the roadmap, and she handed it off to her team so that she didn't have to worry about doing it. She could spend her time doing what she is best at. And that, I think, is so fantastic. So let's say it together. Stop working for free. If you pledge to stop working for free, I want to know. I want to know down in the comments if you pledge to stop working for free. How does this work? Well, usually in sales, we have two objectives. We have objective number one, which is to identify who our customer is. We want to understand their pain points, and we want to know how we can solve that problem. I know some people don't necessarily go that far, but that's usually how a sales process will start. We identify the target, we identify the solution, and now we go try and fit those two things together to achieve objective number two, which is to close preferably our higher ticket offer so that we have more financial freedom to not only cover our bills, but then to actually live and enjoy life, right? So that's the ideal sales process. But you know what? There's a piece missing in there. It's the middle piece. The third step of this system is hoping, praying, and crossing your fingers that these customers will come through, that you will have the right customers who will be perfectly suited for you when you are ready. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way so well. So say it with me. Sell the thing that sells the thing. Sell the thing that sells the thing. This is how it works. Start off. You identify who your customer is. You know their pain points. You know what they're struggling with. You know what their problems are. You know what their roadblocks are. Then the second thing you do, or the next step in that, is you identify how you can solve those problems for them. You understand what your product or service is, right? So if you're Marla and you're a wellness coach, she knew what the problems of her market were. She was specifically working with corporate groups who were looking for wellness packages for their employees. So she had a list of all of the problems and the pain points that this new market was experiencing. And then she knew exactly how to solve those problems. She had a solution. Whether that solution is your course, or it's a combination of different courses and other resources. Maybe you have a mastermind that they should go through, or you have an introductory program. Maybe you have a service that you deliver and you have a package to do that. I was working with a wedding planner recently, and so she has this huge proposal that she works through to collect all of this information, and to really make sure she understands who these couples are. And so what she was doing was she had these paid consultations. People were booking her consultation where she would go through and she would gather all of this information. And then step two, she creates the roadmap. So, having already been paid for her time, she now puts all of that information together. She's no longer working for free. She puts all of that information together in the form of a report, a proposal, some sort of a roadmap, customized. Think of career coaches, a customized career plan. Think of counselors at school. It would be, this is your academic career plan. Let's follow these steps so that we can reach that ultimate goal. If you're a coach out there, you clearly know how this works. You know what that process is that the client needs to go through, and you know what that objective is on the other side. So now you're just writing out their custom roadmap. People like things that are customized for them in order to really set yourself apart, to be able to have that extra level of oomph and pizzazz and quality and value that you provide in your services. You want something that is customized to them. But on the other hand, if you want to scale your business and your operations, having things customized may start to create unnecessary roadblocks. But when you follow this system and you sell the thing that sells the thing, you no longer are wasting your time writing everything custom for everyone, because you have a roadmap that you're going to follow, and you're just going to fill that roadmap in for each customer and add in whatever special features they would need in order to achieve their goals. You're literally creating that roadmap using your systems, your processes, and your resources. And then we get to step number 3, which is clearly the end of that report, for example. At the end of that roadmap and throughout that roadmap are your offers, are your smaller offers, either your lower ticket offers, or at the end of the proposal, the next step is to step into your high ticket program. But here's what you need to do in order to be ready for that program. So you actually get paid in order to create this plan for people that ultimately ends with them being ready and fully qualified for your bigger offers. So here's an example. If we do this in the sense of a proposal, that's how I do it. I've done it with funnels. I was working with a wedding planner who we were using it for her wedding planning business. And so many different types of businesses can use this. We used it with Marla's wellness business, right? She was working with those corporate groups and she was creating these roadmaps for them, which was fantastic. So step 1 in this process is to create a project proposal. This is where you're doing a deep dive. This is after they've paid you, right? They are paying you for your, let's call it your $100 proposal. This is where it's not really a proposal. You're writing them a roadmap. You're writing them the customized plan for them to take them from where they are right now, not someone else, not someone who's similar to them, where they are with the resources that they have available to them, and you are getting them to their end results. A lot of times when we're getting into business, for example, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. They set these really huge goals, and then they're shocked when they don't achieve them. When they think, after my 3rd month of business, I'm not getting my $1 million month, so something must be wrong. When really the only thing that's wrong is your roadmap, your timeline. So that's where we come in and we show them, no. these are the steps you need to take. This is actually the whole picture. I know this field. I know this world. Here's the plan that I propose for you and your business. And you deliver that proposal. This would be, say, month 1, for example. Number 2, at the end of delivering that proposal, here is the roadmap for you. Your client has a decision to make. They have one of 2 options that they can choose. First, they can choose to take that proposal, take that roadmap, and go find other people to do it. Maybe they have designers and copywriters, and I'm just thinking from a funnel perspective. They have a funnel designer, they have a copywriter, they have all of these different staff in-house that they work with. So they're just going to hand off that proposal to their team. Fantastic. Awesome. Great working with you. It was really nice to get to know your brand and get you some cohesion. The other decision they can make is to hire you. So I was telling Lefty that when he does this, what he should be doing is itemizing out what that final proposal would cost if that client were to choose to go with external vendors. And then the final cost at the end of that proposal is, no, you want to hire me to work on it and implement it? Well, here is the price. So they have these 2 different options, these 2 different price points to help them make that decision. But ultimately, if you do this correctly, if you truly sell the thing that sells the thing the right way, they clearly are going to choose option B to work with you every single time. Then we go on to step 3. And step 3 is where our client agrees to work with you. They chose step B. They chose option B, and that is to work with you. So this is where they need to agree to those timelines. These timelines should be written into your proposals. We want to make sure that the proposal has absolutely everything. It is the scope of the deliverable project. You have just been paid to write the proposal for the project. This is what they're agreeing to, so that you can move on to step number 4, and that's to complete the delivery. Execute on the timelines and move forward. Hire who you need to hire to fill in those jobs, but now you have a schedule of recurring income. You have a project timeline that you're working through, and you've already been paid for the first step in that process, which is huge. So I told Lefty wants to remind you guys should work smarter, not harder. And remember, sell the thing that sells the thing. If you want to check out more of the visibility hacking world, join us over on our YouTube channel. You can scan this QR code, or you can head over to YouTube and just type in visibility hacking. It's you'll find our channel there. It's pretty fun. We got lots of stuff coming out. We got lots of shorts that go out during the week, but we definitely have more to come. And if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you will also be one of the first to find out when the first episodes of the Visibility Hacking podcast, which is called Visibility Hacking Radio. When those episodes drop, you will be the first to find out if you are subscribed and you have the bell notification on your YouTube channel. So head on over there, make sure you are subscribed, join us over in the Visibility Hackers Facebook group as well. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or jokes of the knock-knock variety, feel free to leave those in the comments as well. Until I see you again, my friends, on behalf of myself and Jim and Lefty and Tammy, we love you, Tammy. I'm going to say have a fantastic night. Good night, everyone. Be excellent to each other.